monitor the chat.
And we are live.
Oh, awesome. Let me go ahead and get shit shared for you. If it'll work. Well, it's not wanting to work for me, guys. So, yeah. Anyway.
Not wanting to work for you there?
Well, everything's slow on my end, so yippee!
Probably a little slow here. Let's see here. Go with the links. I'm going to put up on my home thing.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. You know what's sad, Dice? I think you're better at social media than I am.
And possibly here.
Mm.
All right, let's see if this will work a little better now. I just posted the main link. Gotta wait until we have at least some videos here.
Yep. Yeah, don't worry. I found your channel on my subscription feed. I'm just gonna get to it. That way I can monitor chat. Because of course someone's got to monitor chat.
Yeah, so let's see here. Is it popping up on regular YouTube stuff here?
Well, if not, we know why. Because YouTube doesn't like subscription people. They got to have people hit that little bell icon. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still no viewers at this time. Second here.
Oh, don't worry. They'll come. You have a DVR, right?
Yeah, I've got a video recorder if I want to. I'll record this if I need to.
Good. Stream highlights. Oh my goodness.
Okay, that little link there. Let's see here.
There we are. Found you. Okay.
So there's a link to it now.
Yeah,
I'm sure where the actual link to it is, just at the very top here, or no? What the hell's going on here? Ah.
Oh, hey, you're 506 subscribers.
Cool. Yeah, because Apex just subbed.
Awesome. Yeah,
so for the live stream here, you have to click the little thing at the top here. No, that's a link to actually join it. Don't want just random people joining into here.
No, but click the URL. It'd be the well, you already know by this point. I just taught you how to use it. Oh, before I forget, did you actually read the latest installment of the Attack on Titan manga?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, dude. The heartbreak. I'm not going to spoil it, but oh, the heartbreak. It's real. The heartbreak is real.
Caring face. Never really got into Attack on Titan myself.
The manga is actually really good. The anime, it basically have it so you actually are forced to read the manga to actually know what's going on, which is kind of crummy in my opinion, but hey, you got to make a business. You know?
Like that.
Okay, I'm at the video now, muting it so we don't get double feedback.
Yeah. Still no viewers.
There will be. Don't worry. I'm just...
Let's see, Google has. I'm just trying to remember if I click the link at the very top or a link down in the very bottom right-hand corner here.
Link at the very bottom right-hand corner, because, again, you don't want people joining us at random. And now, and you know what's sad is I actually know a guy who did that. He had so many people popping onto his stream. It was so sad.
Yeah, there we go. I found it. It is. Made sure it was the correct one.
Yes.
Making sure. Because otherwise it's going to be like, what the? Open a cookie.
Yes.
We can get some viewers here.
Yeah. Awesome. If the thing will load up for me, I can look at chat.
Well, I had one viewer for a second there. It's like, gone.
Yeah, it's YouTube's weird. It really is.
Just gonna message my PTS group here. Try and get
Yeah, I was about to say, go ahead and message them. Oh my God, would you work, YouTube? I'm trying to do a job. We have 2 likes.
Oh. That now I'm going to post it in all the various groups that I'm in.
Yep. I'm already going to fade there.
I'll do the things here. Something squeaking in the background there on yours?
Yeah, that'd be the it's off-centered, sad to say. Want me to turn it down a bit?
Oh yeah. Something off-centered squeaking.
Yeah, it's just the Alright, let me try and get this shared.
Get things all shared out here. Mass share. Get a bunch of people in here.
Yes, and then we can be
YouTubers Anonymous.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Facebook. Would you work for me for once in my life?
Eventually.
Eventually.
I'll share it up here. We can actually start the video.
Awesome.
Sharing out to all the various groups that I'm in. But hey, folks, come on up. How are things going over there with you there, Al?
I am just now sharing Facebook page. Finally, after some loading issues, and I shared it up there. That. And for anyone who might be in chat, I will get to chat in a second. I am just now.
There, we have one viewer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can see the chat on the side.
Have you tried have you actually tried YouTube's new webcam section? It's basically like Facebook Live video. Just I've actually been using it a bit, and it's decent. It's not great, but you know, it's decent.
Just waiting for a few more people to come on in here, because right now there's only 2 viewers. But yeah. Michael PDRC. Very handy dandy little gun. Definitely like this little
thing.
I
hate you. I honestly want one.
Having it. I know.
For the UAR, because I just love little compact bullpups.
Now, this gun is pretty much the definition of compact bullpup. Like, this thing is through like that. Like, it's about as wide as my shoulders. Like, that's how tiny this thing is.
What's sad is that's probably bigger than me.
M4 inner barrel. Love
nice.
Shame that it's been discontinued for quite some time. But we at PTS are working on, I think they're currently working on a gas blowback version, the PDR-D. I believe a mock-up prototype was shown at the last SHOT Show. So that'll be something to look forward to.
I know the big thing right now, and SHOT Show last year, and this had a lot of video coverage, and I know you probably saw it from Iraq Veteran 8888 and TFB TV. The Brownell AR-16s, I think they were, a lot of coverage.
Yeah. To those of us who are just joining us here, that sounded kind of weird, but whatever. This is my 500 subscriber Q&A. As you join us here, if you are in the chat and you want to ask a question, go right ahead and ask it, and we will get to you answering it for you.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and fire off the first question on my end because this one was actually one that I actually wanted to ask my friends, but never really got the chance to. What were your highlights from SHOT Show 2018? Airsoft.
My highlights from SHOT Show 2018, of course, seeing
both Airsoft and real
ERG Masada once again, because I really want the ERG Masada like super badly. That'll basically complete my Masada trifecta because I own the AEG and the gas bullet version. I need it. Yeah. Of
course you do.
Other than that, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head. There was a bunch of interesting gear as well, like the Gen 4 Cry Position gear. That looks pretty darn sweet. It'd probably make a whole bunch of that Cry G3 pants and tops drop down in price because people would be moving over to the Gen 4s. So make that a little bit more affordable, but at the same time, be like, hey, you know, all this Gen 4 is popping up, and it's going to be a little difficult for a bunch of the military personnel to actually get it because a bunch of the airsofters are going to try and snap it up. So, yeah. That was actually one thing that was kind of bad when the Cry had their little AC sale. They were just blowing out a whole bunch of their AC pants and AC tops. A bunch of military members were getting really frustrated because a bunch of airsofters just came in, just snapped up a whole shit ton of them. So, yeah.
I hear you, brother.
All right, then.
Oh,
we
man.
will ask one of the questions here on my end. Actually, we'll get you to ask that question. Not ask that question. Yeah. Stutter. What was your favorite bit from SHOT Show 2018?
Well, besides the Brownell M16s, which I know they're technically AR-16s, but they're just lovely. I have to say my biggest highlight had to have been Umarek's booth with the gas blowback M4 that was going to be under $100, and I'm going to look forward to that. But the biggest one I'd have to say, which in my opinion stole the show, was IWI's shotgun. Jesus Christ, I want one now, and I want one for Airsoft.
Oh yeah, because, the one that was kind of like based off the TAR 21?
Yes!
Another one that I actually kind of too, also at the Umarek's booth, was the gas blowback MP40. I want it.
Oh, that's another one I loved.
Like if I
want it so bad.
Gas blowback, and I was just like, oh my god, I need it.
Yes.
Just all the good World War II guns. It'd be good to actually get a World War II airsoft gun, like an actually like rifle or something that's actually skirmishable out of the box, but at the same time being more realistic. Yeah, I kind of want an MP40. Just because, yeah, I've had an AGM MP40 before, but that thing was just...
Yeah.
To put it slightly, it was very lackluster, even for a World War II variant, because, of course, they weren't made for performance back then. They're more so made to simulate how they're supposed to act in World War II, but even then, its performance wasn't up to par. And in order to actually get it up to performance levels, I would need to upgrade it severely, and its gearbox was kind of finicky at best. And mags, yeah, those things were also very finicky. So I think I only owned that gun for about 2 weeks, and then I offloaded it real quick.
Yeah, and it's a shame that we don't have an MP40 AEG that's skirmishable. But the biggest thing I think a shame is the STG-44. It's a shame. Like, they really do need to get their act together, especially with the resurgence. And that's another question that was actually going to be asked on my end, but I'm not going to try and transition to that. But that's just, in my opinion, we need more playable World War II guns in Airsoft, in my opinion. Anyway, go ahead and ask your question on your end, Dice.
My question on my end is, have you ever served in the military? If so, what did you do? For me to answer that question, I have never served a day in the military, nor have I ever claimed to. After I got out of high school, I did try to sign up for the Canadian Forces, but unfortunately, I was rejected due to my autism. I guess liability concerns there. Of course, autism is a broad spectrum disorder and it's not really well understood. So they wouldn't really be able to know how I would react under pressure or under various things. So you can kind of see why they rejected that. More so just for safety's sake.
what's sad is that in high school, I actually wanted to join up with the Army, like my father, who's actually serving his final year in the United States Army. But same thing, because I was autistic, they basically told me, yeah, you couldn't even be going into the reserves or the National Guard. And I was like, okay, I get that. I mean, I was disappointed because I come from a very heavy military family. My father's Army, my grandfather was Army, my great-grandfather's Navy. Guy before him was Marines. So, just kind of how it is.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, it's more so maintain Army safety and make sure that, they're not going to have somebody just lose their shit when it hits. Make sure they're not going to have somebody lose their shit when it hits the fan.
I agree. I completely agree. All right, so on my end, I was going to transition into the question. I am sorry about that. And this is the thing, and I've been talking to a lot of guys. With Battlefield now about to go into World War II, it's an obvious thing. It's going to happen. With the resurgence of World War II, what guns do you think would be good to have in Airsoft that wouldn't be just your stereotypical, M1 Garand, Thompson, things like that? Like, besides that, what other skirmishable guns would you actually like to see in Airsoft besides the MP42 that we're getting in? But that thing's like $300.
FG42. No, not the MG42, the FG42.
Oh, FG, yes.
Version of it. I want that super bad in Airsoft. If I was to get any World War II Airsoft gun or a variant of a World War II gun, it would have to be the FG42. I've only ever seen the real one once at a gun show several years ago. I think I was probably about 14 or 15 at the time, and I fell in love with that gun. And then it popped up in a few older video games I played. It's just like, I need it. If I could get an Airsoft version, oh my God, there would be no other World War II gun I would ever want. Other than the MP40, actually wanting a skirmishable one. Yeah, the FG42. I want it.
Besides the FG42, yes. And here's what's sad. I actually found out a long time ago there was an FG42 AEG, but it was like limited. Like not limited. It just fell off the map. Like no one knows where that thing is. And I'm like,
for a very short time, I believe Shoei, which is a company based, I believe, in Japan, was working on an FG42, but I haven't heard any new information about that in several years. The last thing I heard about them making is a Gewehr 43. Yeah, definitely seems interesting. I'll be keeping an eye out for that.
Yeah, I know I know there's a company coming out with a gas blowback Sten, which I'm definitely looking forward to that. But for me, more or less, I would love to actually have a trying to get my thought together, because this gun is one that you rarely actually see. Feel, I think, especially with reenactors, I see a lot of the more experimental guns brought in Airsoft, because let's face it, that can actually be brought in. Like I'm trying to remember what the gun was. It was an experimental German, not German rifle. Yeah, it was a German variant on the Sturmgewehr, which had optical sights on it. I would love to have that, and have that be made by or G&G make that. I would definitely be happy with some other company besides AGM or someone else actually make a very good STG-44 with an optical sight on it. Just saying,
Definitely seems kind of interesting for that. In terms of that, for me, STG-44, I just prefer that with iron sights. And that's just the way I am with World War II guns. Although with an FG-42, I probably want some kind of magnified optic.
Oh, yeah. Just yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah, go ahead with your questions.
In the chat there. If anybody wants to ask any questions, we will get to you here, either on here or on YouTube. The chat is being monitored, so hope you enjoy this. Next question here. How did you first get into Airsoft? We'll get you to start with that there, Al.
Kind of a sad story, more or less. I was picked on and bullied a lot in high school because, again, autistic and very much so open about my political beliefs. So I was picked on a lot. And my friend who was serving in the Army basically took me out to the field to kind of let me get off some stress and kind of, help me out a bit. And after graduation, I never really did hear from him. But it wasn't until like second year of college I found out that my best friend was killed in Iraq during a patrol, and I actually took 2 years off from Airsoft because of that. And after college, I got back into it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go have some fun.
Well, me back in the day, I've been playing or actively involved in the Airsoft community since 1999. I'm 30 years old now, so yeah, I've been playing Airsoft for a long ass time. But back in the day, I used to play quite a fair bit of paintball. And around that time, I started seeing a couple of different things about Airsoft online. It's like, okay, what's this? And then me and my friend Kyle were flipping through an old paintball magazine. We saw an ad in there for Airsoft, specifically Classic Army. And it was like, oh man, this gun looks so much better than our paintball stuff. Paintball things look unrealistic and like all space gun. This looks like real military war. We want this. So we both basically just went out and bought a bunch of those crappy clear Canadian Tire guns, basically like the clear Walmart guns you guys get down the States, and basically just did backyard airsoft way back in the day. And then eventually we managed to find a field to play at, and it all basically started from there. And yeah, that's a long time of playing airsoft. So yeah, it's all good. Unfortunately, last year, this same friend Kyle that got me into Airsoft was killed by a drunk driver because he moved over to Ontario and he was killed by a drunk driver on his way to work. So yeah, one of the things I'm doing in his memory is that I'm building a AUG A2 into a AUG A3, basically basing it off of the Battlefield 3 / Battlefield 4 AUG because that was his absolute favorite gun and we played quite a bit of Battlefield. Yeah, that's my old story.
May he rest in peace.
Ripperoni and pepperoni.
Yes. Right, well, moving on to a lighter thing, because, good God, we don't want to bring this down with some depression. A question on my end that was actually very much so asked was, will we ever do another collaboration video? Actually talking a long time ago, and I would love to do more collaboration videos. One of them, and I am gonna spoil a little bit for you, is I would love for when Dice actually comes down to Tennessee for an event or anything like that, actually go over to his hotel and and I am, again, spoilers, have him film a bit where he smells bacon and realize, oh wait, this isn't real Canadian bacon. Turns around, gets punched in the face, then have him tied up in his room and make him review a horrible gun with me. Just try and break his sanity.
I'd just be sitting there like,
again.
Like, who is this? I'm gonna slap you.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, ironically enough, I've only done one video collaboration on Dice's channel, which was your sniper review, which, again, I want to apologize again for not getting the right footage for you, but things were going on my end that just kind of hindered me from getting the correct footage you needed. Again,
the magic of editing.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
fiddling. But yeah,
we do this video. This is a Magpul PTS PDRC that I've added some of the very nice PTS EPBOIS iron sights. Show those off a little bit.
Totally not.
Oh totally goodness. Not a real gun.
This is me
aren't into airsoft and just joining this thing. Totally not a real gun. Even the real one, it doesn't even exist. The real one's still in prototype stage, if it's even still probably in development hell somewhere.
Yes. Actually, I was about to say, totally not satisfying your corporate overlords by promoting PTS stuff.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Corporate overlords.
Don't you go and fucking Matrix on me?
Yes, Mr. Anderson. No.
But yeah, Dice, that actually does raise a question. Have you ever had any other collaboration ideas for videos for us to do, or like?
We'll figure something out here. Probably don't want to discuss everything here in the chat because I always just spoil it for everybody.
Oh yes, that's true. Let's shut the fuck up and on to the next thing.
STFU truck. Yeah. All right, on to the next question here. How many guns have you owned, and how many do you have now? How many have I owned? I honestly lost count years ago. I think the last time I actually counted was sometime like 2, maybe 3 years ago, and I was at over 100. I don't know where that list went, but it's probably in the neighborhood ever since 1998, 99, and this isn't counting any of the Clearsoft, Walmart, Canadian Tire crappy guns. I've probably owned in the neighborhood of 120 different guns.
Honestly, I've lost count as well. The last time I counted, I was like over 50, I think. And this is just like last week. So honestly, I got no idea how many I have. And it'd probably take me a while just to count them all.
Reason being for me owning so many different guns is that I wasn't really satisfied in the back of the day with all the different reviews and be like, oh, hey, this company says this gun is good, or this person online says this gun is good. It's like, yeah, I'd rather just figure it all out myself. So I basically just went on a big binge for a couple of years, just buying, selling, and trading online on like Facebook and Craigslist, and just trying to get a whole bunch of guns, try them out, and see what was good and what was bad. So that if people ask me what's good and what's bad, I can actually tell them what is through my own personal experience, rather than just parroting what somebody says to me online.
Yeah, as for how many guns
I have right now, I currently own 13 different guns, which is pretty good stable, I'd say. Mostly guns that I've had for quite a long time. Basically, all the ones I actually decided to keep have become my favorites. Probably my #1 favorite out of all my guns would probably be my PTS Masada, because I've always loved the Masada. Yeah. Go ahead there, Al. How many guns do you have right now?
Hi.
Hi.
We're just kind of looking around, if you don't mind. Okay.
And Al's working in the store. That's right, Al, you work. Not if you can still hear me. Totally forgot that Al is joining my stream here at work. Next question on Al's end is, do you or would you like to make videos? Obviously, I am a YouTuber after all. I've been making videos for, I'd say, probably about a couple years now. So yeah, obviously, more content's coming. I'm going to be doing more reviews and more guns. Actually, one of my upcoming videos that I'll be doing is actually going to be how to pack for a 24-hour Milsim event. Like skits and short movies. Yeah, I'll be doing like various little skits and stuff like that. I'm probably going to do a couple of little skits or even just short little things when I'm actually at Operation Black Talon on June 2nd and 3rd, which is happening in Quesnel, BC. I will be there, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of filming, doing a couple of reviews, loadout videos if people have interesting loadouts, little vlogs, I guess, of the field itself, and of course, I'm going to be recording gameplay with my GoPro. So yeah, that'll be all kinds of interesting. Next question that we got here on my end. What is your favorite PlayerUnknown's Battleground gun that you wish you could get an Airsoft equivalent of? Yeah, that'd be pretty easy. Over-under shotgun. I've only played a little bit of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That thing is a beast in CQB. Honestly, like 1, maybe 2 shells drops just about anybody in close quarters combat. Actually, one of the first matches I dropped in on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I play it on Xbox One, by the way, if people want to join me sometime, is dropped into a house, level 2 backpack, level 2 body armor, level 2 helmet, over-under shotgun, and a whole shitload of shotgun ammo. And it actually turned out to be very close to where the center of the circle is. So I wound up, I think, getting somewhere between 5th or 8th around that kind of thing there, because I kind of got swarmed at the very end. And yeah, sure, it's powerful gun, but Only really good for taking out one person at a time. So yeah, kaboom, over-under style. That's what I would go for. All right, and the next question that we have here today. Dice, why did you shave your beard? Rip the beard. Yeah, I had to shave my beard, unfortunately, because I work in a food prep position. I actually work at my local Safeway in the deli department. So yeah. Bye-bye beard. I wish I had my beard back. Maybe if I joined, I have an idea. Maybe I could get a religious exemption if I say that I go with a Nordic religion, like pagan Norse. Then I could get a religious exemption, and then I could have my beard. Why am I giving myself ideas? This is bad ideas. All right, let's check the YouTube chat here to see if we have anybody in here who's asking any questions. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got NS Airsoft saying, hey, folks. Hans Holtz going all kinds of Trump craziness here. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do that. No, bye. Hello, Alizard. After all, it is lunch hour. Yes, it is lunch hour there. It's all kinds of interesting. Just, yeah, 500 sub Q&A. Just getting things all done here. So, yeah. Checking the chat here on both ends. Next question that we got here. What kind of gun should I get for a starter AAG? There's quite a few different options when it comes to a starter AAG. It mainly depends on what style of gun you're looking for and what kind of budget you have. There's quite a few different options. I know that Elite Force has quite a few different competition guns that you can get on a budget. There is, of course, JG and Cyma. If you're looking for an AK variant, Cyma makes very reliable and very affordable AK variants, both metal and plastic bodies. If you've got a little bit more money, you can probably pick up some of the Crytek Alpha series of rifles. They're more so a little bit, I'd say, more tuned towards CQB. They're a little more in the expensive range, but they are a very solid starter gun as they have very similar internals to the actual topper line Crytek guns. But yeah, and then other than that, for M4 variants, the good basic starter guns would be the... Why am I having a total brain fart here? Yeah, don't mind me. I have a tendency to stutter sometimes when I'm on videos. Another good variant would be the G&G combat machines. Those have always been a very solid budget gun. You can beat the crap out of them, and if they do break, you're not out a ton of money, and they are readily upgradable. Apex saying go HPA. Yeah, nah. I've actually never personally been too much of a fan of HPA. Being somebody who was formerly a paintball player, I never liked having to have a tank on my back or having one attached to my gun. I've always just rather having gas in the mag or a battery in the gun. So yeah, I've never personally been a fan too much of HPA myself. Not saying that it's a bad thing, because HPA is actually pretty good if you build it right and have the right sort of setup for it. But yeah, HPA, not personally a fan of, but I can see the merits of it. Alzard, it's a FYI Crytek Alpha series to get phased out. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. But hey, they're still a good platform. If you have the budget for it, they can definitely pick up one of the Crytek guns. Like, let me just reach for it here. All right, here I have my Crytek Mark I SPR that I have done up with a whole ton of PTS Syndicate accessories. Definitely a very good fan of this gun. It's still completely stock internally, and I probably won't do any modifications to it internally until something breaks. I'm quite satisfied with this gun so far. Apex saying, still waiting for the Sphinx pistol. Yes, that would actually be something that would be a very nice thing to see. Hint, hint, Alizard. definitely be a fan of the Sphinx pistol, or at least trying it out there. Mark II PDW is still here. Also eventually get a refresh. That's good to know. Mark II PDW is actually, the PDW in general is actually a really good CQB gun. And it's a little bit more on the affordable side when it comes to the Crytek guns. So if you have the money to spend, you can pick up a Crytek, and it's very, very solid. Yeah, Apex GFH. Yeah, Alan Lau has one. Yeah, Apex. Who do you think Alizard is? Yeah, Alizard is Alan Lau. I think that's kind of funny. Not gonna lie, that's kind of funny. Alrighty, on to the next question here. What are your favorite books? It's a bit of left field, but hey, I'll answer that anyway. In terms of fantasy books, I would have to say, actually, I think I have a bunch of them up here. Yes, I do. One of the fantasy novels series that I'm actually trying to collect, all of them, I actually have this one, very good collection, is all the Piers Anthony, that's actually reversed here because of my camera, sorry. The Piers Anthony Xanth novel series. I'm actually working on trying to collect all the books. This is the very first one in the series, A Spell for Chameleon. Piers Anthony is an older author, but if you're into fantasy and just don't want a bunch of random cookie cutter fantasy, definitely something worth picking up. Of course, J.R.R. Tolkien, of course, for Lord of the Rings and all the other good stuff there. Always been a fan of Lord of the Rings. Can never get enough of it. In terms of other books that aren't necessarily fantasy, I have to say my favorite book is also by my favorite comedian, George Carlin's Brain Droppings. Yeah, George Carlin is one of my favorite comedians. Was very upset when he passed away, but this pretty much has all of his best stand-up bits in it. Yeah, definitely a good book for me. Also because who doesn't like a little bit of George Carlin humor? Let's see here. It's like Alex is still busy with the customer at his mother's shop, so that's all fine there. When he comes back in here, we can ask him some of these questions as well. Because, of course, have him join the stream here. Don't want him to have him miss out. Okay, let's see. He's got another question.
I'm back. I'm sorry for being gone.
Oh, no worries there. You were busy.
Yeah, I was busy running a shop. But yeah,
you're
okay.
Now here. What other games do you stream and what other games getting making videos? Yeah, you might want to mute your YouTube thing there. I can hear it through my mic here too.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I can hear it like feedback on your end there. But it's all good now. For video games that I plan on streaming as well, of course, right now I'm doing my Return to Castle Wolfenstein series. I'm also going to be doing my playthrough of Dark Souls 3 for PC. And once I actually get an Elgato for my Xbox One, I'm going to be streaming and also recording some Xbox One gameplay. Probably stuff like Battlefield 4, a whole bunch of various games I play, because I play a lot of games. So many games.
We play games.
Yeah, just a bunch of random games there. Probably going to have a whole bunch of fails for me just doing really stupid things in Dark Souls. Never get greedy when it comes to Dark Souls. If you're in a safe spot, stay safe, because otherwise you're going to die. So bad. Well, I've honestly...
Oh, there's a bit...
Even just from the limited amount that I played Dark Souls 3 on PC, there's been so many instances where like, oh, hey, I can go to this new area, or I could run back to the bonfire and level up. And usually I could run to this new area, and then I immediately get just dead. Yep. Right?
Yes. I'm trying to... I would be asking the actual question. The first two questions I did ask, which were redos, I'm afraid, or at least rewordings, because the original question of you doing skits or videos, things like that, was actually a question asking about, because I did a live stream on Facebook a long time ago, kind of talking about why I got into YouTube and how I started doing YouTube.
Yeah.
And the question was really, what else did you do in college besides mechanics? And for those of you who don't know, I actually took 2 years of practical film and photography. And honestly, I just kind of did that because I grew up watching those old beef, Night of the Living Dead, The Last Man on Earth. Not the Omega Man. I haven't seen that one yet with Charles Bronson. I want to see that now. And Them, the giant ant movie, and a lot of older ones.
Old school filmography.
Oh, yeah, a lot of old school filmography. And that was my passion, actually. That's what I did in college, was just do black and white film. And I found out from college, and I might do a video series, kind of sharing what I learned in college from film, about how black and white actually enhances the video better than full color. I found that out. I did not know that. But yeah, and honestly, I'd like to do skits. I'd love to do short films on my channel to kind of flesh out my content. Dice, I never really did get your, I had you muted on my end, so I never really did hear about your answer of doing skits and shorts and things like that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do a bunch of different skits and shorts. I'm probably also going to be filming a couple things when I go to Quesnel for Operation Black Town. I've got a couple of different ideas that I'm going to be filming there and doing a whole bunch of shenanigans. So yeah. There. And of course, various skits and collabs with you and other YouTubers as well.
Of course, because that's the future of Airsoft YouTubing. We have to collaborate more.
All right, Al, here's a question for you that I already answered. What's your favorite books?
My favorite books, and the first two, obvious ones, and anyone would see it coming. The first one, which I personally read on a daily basis whenever I'm bored, is H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And then the second one is gotta be Starship, the novel, and I love that novel. It's actually really good. I recommend anyone who hasn't read it yet. It is such a good read. And then the final one, which scares the hell out of me to this day because of how close we're getting to it, is 1984 by George Orwell. That scares the hell out of me.
One of the books that I answered.
But we're not going to discuss that.
Anyway, for a book series as well is the Xanth novel series by Piers Anthony. I'm actually working on collecting the whole series. This is A Spell for Chameleon, the first book in the series. I've honestly lost count of how many books there are in this series. I think there's in excess of like 20 different novels, but I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head. Of course, Lord of the Rings, War of the Worlds, all good books. Another good book I just remembered off the top of my head is a book called Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. It's actually recommended by another YouTuber friend of mine. And it's basically just a really good novel that I've read before. It's like I'm trying to remember the terminology for it. Yeah. It's Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler.
And I'm going to have to look that up. I'm
in terms of
try and find that.
Non-fantasy, George Carlin's Brain Droppings.
Wow. Now I got to find this book.
That's got to be my favorite.
But yeah, Apex is asking when he's getting his invite to the stream. Sorry, Apex, you're not going to get an invite. I'm sorry, brother. I tried. Dice had final word on it. He's not going to bring you on. I'm sorry.
Just two of us as planned.
Yeah. Okay, so a question on my end, or at least let me answer what I was going to answer, which is the video game one. I would love to do more video games, but the majority of my gaming is going to be mostly the DVR from my Xbox, where I'm going to probably record Fallout 3, New Vegas, Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Such a good game still. Ironically enough, there's still people who play Rainbow Six Vegas 2. That's amazing of the community. But yeah, I would love to get an Elgato, actually, like Dice said, and actually just stream, record, do funny videos with games. It would just be amazing to actually do. A lot of console game videos. But anyway. All right, so question on my end. Dice! And me, of course. And this is kind of funny. With the recent thing of YouTube censoring and attacking firearms channels, things like that, would you actually try and create a network to actually help grow Airsoft channels? And or do you think Airsoft channels should just adapt or just say, screw YouTube and not monetize their videos at all? Ironically enough, we were actually talking about this complex thing, but I'm going to let you go first.
It's a rather complex question that has a complex answer to it, unfortunately. With stuff like YouTube being lording over everything that happens on it, YouTube themselves is a private company as opposed to us trying to have our rights, and so that basically put what we want to. They're a private company, so unfortunately they get to dictate what goes on YouTube and what doesn't for the most part. Something probably will pop up eventually being done by other entrepreneurs people. I myself am just basically going to keep on doing what I do. And yeah, hopefully I don't get dinged.
Hopefully. But ironically enough, and my friend Apex, as well as everyone else, is doing this. Everyone's going to Pornhub, and Pornhub is cashing in on this, making a safe for work section platform. Don't ask me how I know that. I heard that from a friend. And okay, there's that option, but here's the thing. My idea, and I'm hoping someone does this, is they actually make something for airsofters, paintballers, and gamers, just a network for them, like, or just an airsoft network where it's like everyone comes on and it'd be like an airsoft version of Channel Awesome, but not with the controversy surrounding Channel Awesome, mind you.
Well, the thing is,
would they do that?
The whole Pornhub thing that popped up is that it became so much on Pornhub that they actually banned firearms content on their thing. They just want to keep their whole diddly thing on there and not have any of the extra stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, Pornhub is a no-go. But then again, it is anyway.
I'm just now hearing this because Forgotten Weapons so dang, that sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
yeah,
gotta keep adapting. Question that I had in mind, I already answered it, but this is a question that you can answer. What is your favorite gun from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds that you wish you could get an airsoft equivalent of? My answer for me was the over-under shotgun, because that thing is a beast in CQB.
Besides the over-under shotgun, 1887. I want my trench gun. I want my Winchester pump shotgun.
Yeah, like an actual authentic Winchester 1887.
Yes. I don't care if it's a tri-shot. I don't care if it's a scattergun shell. I just want my 1887.
Gotta make it a tri-shot. And if some company
yes
a single shot pump action, this is like, no, that's not a shotgun.
No, that's a pump
I do
rifle.
not like the shotguns that only fire one BB. I'm not a fan and will never buy any of them.
Yeah, and I don't even call them shotguns. I just call them pump rifles because let's face it, that's what it is, a pump rifle. And yes, those do exist.
Yeah. Alrighty, next question here, and I also already answered this. This one that you can answer as well. What kind of gun should I get for a starter AEG?
For a starter AEG, since I'm the common man's airsofter, and I say screw the corporations trying to push their over-expensive guns on new players, like there are actual guys on eBay that refurbish guns as upgradables. Almighty, the X95 refurbished on eBay, but the X95 you can actually open it up and fully do whatever you want to the internals of it. That thing is not expensive at about $80, and even the refurbished one, which can take a lipo, is like $40 on eBay. And no joke, I own one. It's evil with a lipo. Like, it'll take a lipo. It can take a beating. It's a great little bullpup. I recommend anyone get it, or even get an economy AR-15 that's like under $100. And I'm just kind of looking at as, okay, they got $100. What can they get for $100? Because again, that's kind of where the majority of the players on my end.
Simon AKs. Even though I'm not a fan of them, also Lancer Tactical makes a fair amount of budget guns.
Yeah.
Ones that you can still skirmish with and be relatively competitive with on the field and compete against people who have things like Crytac.
Mm-hmm. I actually went up against someone with the Crytac at a local field with that X95, and I actually sniped him. Like, I was so sad I didn't have the camera on, but I sniped him, headshot from a tower. Just, oh, it was so good. And he felt so bad because he got killed by a little crappy gun. Either way,
one of these years, you and I will face off. One of these years.
One of these days, you mean? Not a year. One of these days. But in all seriousness. Okay, so question on my end, and this one is actually one that I love getting into. Where do you see Airsoft going in 5 years? And if you could put your 2 cents on it to kind of give your opinions on how to improve Airsoft, how would you do it? And I think they were kind of talking about like YouTube channels and things like that, because this came up right after I did the video talking about if the bar was set too high for YouTubing, which, well, that's another question actually on the list. But let's go ahead and dig into the one that let's dig into this one though.
Personally, when it comes to Airsoft changing over the next 5 years, I don't see it having some kind of crazy explosive growth. I see it maybe, depending on how laws go, and hopefully no states decide to criminalize it, hopefully just slowly become a little bit more widespread and more accepted by the general community, as well as various technology in guns improving slightly, like better MOSFETs, better stock guns, lowering the prices of various expensive things there, and more licensed reproductions that don't cost an arm and a leg, and just more real steel companies accepting more real steel companies accepting Airsoft as a supplementary training option, as opposed to just being, oh, it's just air shit. That's basically my take.
I agree.
On the possibilities of Airsoft within the next 5 years.
In my opinion, I agree with that, and I'm going to improve upon that. I can see companies actually like taking more, hey, let's actually experiment, because some of the more independent guns that have been made, like actual like radical guns, video game guns, things like that, have actually taken off pretty well. I know that the JG Star Dragon's still going pretty strong because it's an AR basically with an awesome shell over it. The other independently made guns, but there is actually a lot of cool gas blowback pistols that was actually designed from little 22 pistols that's actually gone over pretty well. There are a lot of things that they could do with HPA, like besides make your stereotypical, oh, M4 or AR-15, you know, take the system and actually radicalize it, like actually create a totally new gun system around it that still accepts AR magazines or AK mags or, you know, whatever, you know, just kind of experiment a little bit and, you know, just go with it. Try something new.
Yeah, I know a bunch of different companies are going to be making guns that are more so original designs rather than just stuff that's like, oh, hey, let's, you know, make a repro of, say, X brand of AR or X brand of AK or G36 or whatever. But I know that over the couple of years, there's going to be more companies making unique-looking firearms that aren't necessarily based off anything in the real world.
And that company is SRU.
They more so build kits, basically attach a shell over top of an existing platform. For example, like the VSR-10 and Bucket.
Aside from that, though.
The next question here. Favorite movies of all time? Here we go. You can start off with this.
Oh, man. I'm going to let you go first because mine's just going to be like...
So here we go. Favorite movie of all time. 2 words. Grandma's Boy.
Ah! You turn nuggets.
No, hands down. Favorite movie of all time. Grandma's Boy. Friggin' love that movie. Close second to that would probably be Idiocracy, which is slowly turning into more of a documentary rather than a comedy movie. Because of how
fucked up
compared to reality now. Let's see, another really good movie for now. I need to think there. Of course, Lord of the Rings, because I like Lord of the Rings. Extended version specifically. Let's see what other really good movies. Damn it. Now I'm not even brain fart. I'll have to think of more. Go ahead and give yours there, Al.
The first one, hands down, best of all time. Night of the not Night of the Living Dead. That's an obvious one, and it's in public domain, so anyone can go watch it on YouTube. Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead from the 70s, I think it was, where they're in the mall, all that. It's just a great like consumerism, how we're all zombie. Love George A. Romero's like directing style and his messages in his movies. And what's really cool is the mall is still there. You can go to the actual mall where they filmed the original Dawn of the Dead. And one of these days, when I get my driver's license, yes, I don't have a driver's license, 24, don't got a driver's license, and actually go there with my friends and be like, oh my God, this is where they filmed this movie. Close second to that would have to be the original Mummy from the 1930s. That was just a great movie, and I absolutely love it. War of the Worlds from 1953, and finally, any Vincent Price movie. Price is a gem of the horror genre. Oh, and Elvira. Elvira is a close second. Totally not for the reasons why you think I like it.
Another good classic video series that I liked was Ace Ventura.
Yes!
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. All righty then.
Like a glove.
Like a glove. Jim Carrey's always been good.
Oh my God. Yes, he has.
All right, then.
I think he's Canadian, so that's kind of a biased thing.
Anyway, do you have more questions on your end?
Yes. One is, do you believe the bar has been set too high? And I kind of touched this on a live stream I did on Facebook. And in my opinion, yes and no. I think it was kind of set too high and unintentionally. Because now in order
bar. I think you might have cut out on the audio there a little bit.
Oh, I said the bar was set too high unintentionally by YouTubers like Jet Desert Fox, Novrich, Clean Shot, all these other YouTubers. And I think the reason being now is that, and I talked with a young player who actually do Airsoft YouTubing at a game, and someone immediately chimed in saying, oh, in order for you to do that, you got to have a selfie camera, a barrel cam, a GoPro, an over-the-shoulder camera. You got to have an expensive gun. And I'm just sitting here listening to this like, oh, my God. Seriously? No. I mean, I myself don't have a selfie cam or anything like that. I'm trying, but all I got's a GoPro. That's about it. And I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm experimenting and making fun little skit videos, but I'm not trying to be the big Airsoft celebrity. I'm just trying to help out people who want to get into Airsoft.
See, here's my take on that. The whole mythos of it being a bar set and you have to be above a certain bar to become a popular YouTuber. The bar is a fictional thing. If you want to do YouTube, do it for yourself. Don't just play Airsoft or get in YouTube there to actually be a celebrated person. Just do it because you love it. Like these people like Jet Desert Fox and Leah, they have all the extra connections, but they've also been doing this for a long time and they have access to that sort of stuff. If you want to get on their level, you have to commit to the level that they have. Like they don't just get things handed to them like some people think that they do. They work their asses off to get to where they at. Like Jet and Leah, they don't have day jobs. Their jobs and their livelihood is literally YouTube. They bust their ass every single day for this. So do people like Novrich, Jet Desert Fox, Greg Wong, who's also working on a fan film, by the way, which is awesome. But the thing is, too, when it comes to Airsoft and YouTube, you get out of it what kind of effort you put into it.
And even DICE will tell you on the collaborations we've done, even though like on the surface it doesn't seem professional or like, and I don't know if you've ever talked to me about that because I know I've had some people who've done collaborations with me be like, dude, you actually put passion behind this. And I'm like, well, thank you. And even during college, when I was doing film classes and things like that, my teacher would actually say, you know, I've got passion for film and, you know, I kind of come at it from this passionate state. But again, I'm going to let you take the take on me because I'm doing a little bit of self-grandeur myself, but your videos, even though it may seem like
I just have basic equipment, I have basic recording software. I am a basic bitch. That's all I can really say. Yes, I'm fiddling with a nail clipper.
Her end, like just from viewing my videos, the skits, all that. What, like, from my think of me when I do videos, does it seem like I'm trying to be a celebrity or I'm trying to gain fame?
No, not really. From what I see, I basically just see a person doing YouTube. The thing is with Airsoft, and it doesn't matter if you're a small person, it doesn't matter if you're a big person. We really aren't celebrities. Whether you're somebody small like me or Al, or if you're a person who's huge like Novritz, Jet, or Leah, we're not celebrities. We're not like some Hollywood thing there. All we are is just YouTubers who enjoy what we do and we make videos of it. We're not celebrities. I've had people reference me as a celebrity when it comes to Airsoft, and I immediately correct. It's like, no, I'm not a celebrity at all. Nope.
I correct a lot of people, ironically enough, and I'll just straight up say, no, I'm not a celebrity. Even some guys in Men of Airsoft, or at least one guy, Tyrone, immediately tried saying, I was like, no, I'm not. Prove my craft of film. That's about it.
I just do Airsoft videos because I love it. And because, you know, very nice looking rifles. And I actually get to shoot people.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting the federal prison.
Oh yeah, that's a plus.
And also because putting all these various nice looking things here on here is like Lego for men. I mean, look at this.
Yes. Yes. I am looking at it. It's very nice.
Yes, I like my Crytek.
Yes.
All right, on to the next couple questions here.
Go ahead and ask your next question.
Yeah, we got a couple more questions to go here, and then I think we'll be done for this stream. Don't know how long this has been running for here. About an hour, yeah. We'll probably kill it in a little while here. Just checking the chat here. Ollie Atevi says, "Do you love the Queen?"
Looking at the chat, it's mostly just been chit chat.
Yeah. Ollie Atevi says, "Do you love the Queen?" Say, I maybe English ancestry, but you know, I hail maple syrup.
Yes, and I hail our Jesus.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know what that is,
favorite 3 video games of all time. Here we go. This is going to take a bit for me to actually remember because I've played a shit ton of video games over the years. Yeah. One of the ones that immediately comes to mind for favorite video games of all time is Doom 2.
Doom 1.
Oh, Doom 2 and Doom 1, I'm kind of just like lumping the same thing. Old school Doom.
Yeah, we'll go. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, that's how I think. But the big thing for me is Wolfenstein 3D. Like, I remember playing the hell out of that game when I first got a PC because it came on there, and I was like, what is this? And I didn't know what shooters were at the time, so I just sat down and just started playing. I just loved the hell out of it. You know, but as for the third game,
I still have my little 3.5-inch floppy shareware copy of Wolfenstein 3D. Still got it.
Oh my god! Oh my god, dude, that's probably worth some money.
I can't remember where I put it. It's in my stash of stuff somewhere here. Give me 2 shakes here. I think I might have it kicking around here. I know they're re-releasing.
That is probably worth some money.
Let's see.
Oh my god!
Here somewhere, probably somewhere here.
I'm gonna go ahead and name off the third game. Battlefield 1940, the Game of the Year edition. And no joke, it's still good. If I wanted to, I'd probably mail it to Dice just so he could do some videos on it and be like, this was what Battlefield was when I was growing up.
And then sound older than I actually am.
I actually want to do that for a fun video. Just be like, you know, back in my day, we didn't have the twitch shooters. We had to move around slow like. We didn't even have aim down sights. Oh my god. I have those kinds of people around here. That's the sad part.
So you have Hicks?
Oh my god. I even have the guys. I even have those guys that's like, shut up, I was in NAM. I have a lot of crazy people around my area.
It's kicking around in storage here somewhere. I've got some different games dashed around over here. Let's see, another favorite video game of mine is System Shock 2.
Oh my god, yes! I cannot wait for the remaster.
At the remaster of the original System Shock. I actually have the pre-alpha demo on this computer.
Ah!
I know, it looks beautiful on my computer. I am an old school player of System Shock. I still have the very first one, also in storage, kicking around here somewhere. I'm just looking at my stack of games here that are sitting beside my computer, the big ton of them. Where are all my 3.5 floppies? I got them somewhere. No, I'll find them later.
I actually still have floppy disk at my house. That's.
Yep, I still have an old computer tower with. I still have an old computer tower with a 3.5 floppy drive, so I can still play those games. So many old ones, like Duke Nukem 1 and 2. Actually, let's let me remember off the top of my head what I've got. I have Wolfenstein 3D. I have Commander Keen 1, 2, and 3. I have Major Striker. Wolfenstein 3D, if I didn't already say that. Let's see here.
Yes, you did.
What else did I say? Jill of the Jungle. Other old school title. What else? I'm trying to remember a bunch of really old school ones. Oh, of course, the original Doom on the 3.5 floppies. Let's see here for this Doom, System Shock 2. And then other than those two, I'd have to say my favorite game of old time that I probably spent the most time on than any other game that I've ever played, Diablo 2.
Oh my god, yes. I'm trying to remember, was it Diablo 2 or Diablo 1 where it had the secret devil cow level?
That'd be Diablo 2.
Oh my god, the demonic cows!
Yep, the cow level.
I hate those things.
But with Diablo 2, that hands down is the game that I spent more time on than any other game in my entire lifetime. Easily, like,
yes,
thousands and thousands of hours. I honestly could not even begin to tell how much time I played. There's no set amount. Considering that I've been playing that game
hey, pal,
since number 1 first came out, I was hooked on that whole series. And you know, it's the best part though is I still have my copy of Diablo 1. Actually, in my PC case here for Diablo 3, I actually
the majority of the games.
I keep all my physical copies of Diablo titles in this box. It's not just Diablo 3 in here. See what's all hiding in here still.
While you're doing that, a question on my end. By the way, guys in chat, if you want to ask questions, I will see your questions. Go ahead and ask them. I will answer them. Okay, so going to the question I have, this one's a good one. And besides, of course, your tribute gun, your fallen comrade, I am sorry for that. This one's actually one that I can actually relate to because I've got projects on my end I'm wanting to do. Do you have any currently project guns working on? And if so, what would you like to do the most? Or at least I think the way they worded it was, but I understand. I think what they're trying to ask is, like, do we have project guns and which ones are we most looking and why? I think is what they were trying to ask.
For my AUG, which I'm working on in memory of my friend, I'm also going to be working on doing some modifications to my SIG 556. One of my projects that I'm going to be building that into is the Peacekeeper SMG hybrid from Black Ops 2. Because out of all the guns I've ever seen, it has a receiver that is the closest that I could find, because the Peacekeeper isn't a real firearm. But the one that I have, its receiver shape and the actual shape of the gun itself is the closest base that I could possibly find to it. So I'm going to be doing some modifications to parts there, maybe even get some of my friends to do some 3D printing for me because I don't have a 3D printer, and build the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2. Like, I've seen various Lego things, I've seen some 3D printing things, but I've never seen an Airsoft version of it. I try and build it as accurately as I can do it. And yeah, that's one of my projects.
And market it.
No, it's just going to be my unique one. Nuh-uh, mine.
No. The projects are One I'm actually wanting to do, and I'm doing my damnedest to try and get it. The hunting rifle, obviously right-handed, not left-handed. And I'm just going to go straight up iron sights with it because that's what I did the most of in Fallout was just straight up iron sights hunting rifle, be it New Vegas to Fallout 4. But the gun I really want to work with.
Yeah, the JG Bar 10, the one that has built-in iron sights on top.
That or the HFC Bar 10. But again, besides that, I want to get actual real wood stock on it, or at least a custom wood stock to work with the.
Or at least fake wood stock.
Fake or real wood, but I'm gonna basically dress it up to look like the M700, which is what the hunting rifle is based off of. But I'm just basically gonna upgrade the internals probably.
The Bar 10 is also based off the M700, so you already have that platform right there.
Yep. Aside from that, and this is what I found out, which was kind of cool. The 10mm pistol is actually based off. It's basically just a deagle with a weird attachments to it. So if I can get a 3D printer, or at least find someone with a 3D printer, I can make the 10mm pistol and use the KWC deagle if Apex will actually let me get a deagle, a gas blowback deagle. But it's just how it is.
It would probably be almost easier to use a high kappa and 3D print some kind of like shell for the slide or something like that, because a deagle would probably be a little too long for the 10mm.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, the Fallout 4 10mm, and I don't want to use a Luger, but I want to go with the actual the Fallout deagle basically, because that is what they based it off of from my research. But aside from that, most of the other guns, like most of the project guns, are mostly Fallout. Like the service rifle, which is basically an M16A1, a wood kit, the wood kit, which, oh my god, I want one, just so I can travel the wasteland, blaster. That's about it, really. Most of my other guns are mostly just adding stocks, real wood. I mean, even the M712, basically just replace the grips with real wood grips and put the stock on it. That's just the majority of my projects. Fallout guns.
Paladin JN01 is like, yeah, F that left-handed bolt BS. Thank God we have mods to fix that. Sure enough, PC mods are super helpful when it comes to stuff that's like really kind of weird. Like if you're right-handed and you have a left-handed bolt, he's like, F that. Install mods.
I'm just sitting here looking at the game. Like, if I could talk to one of the guys at Bethesda who made Fallout 4, I'm like, were you just a southpaw? Were you trying to represent the southpaws? Because if so, just, because the majority of those guns on there were left-handed. Just, what were you thinking?
We had to see more action of the gun there. Of course, can't see things like the dust cover opening or rounds ejecting. But going back to the Diablo thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Diablo 1.
It hits you.
And then Diablo 1 for PS1. I actually ported this to PlayStation 1.
Oh.
This thing is, it also has 2-player co-op. I'm very disappointed that they did not port Diablo 2 to console. But then again, Diablo 2. PC Master Race.
Yes. Paladin actually says, yeah, weird thing about that, the 10mm pistol from Fallout 3 and New Vegas may be based on the Deagle, but the standard Desert Eagle actually doesn't exist in the actual universe. My God, I need to get reading glasses because I can.
It's like you done goofed. And then I've got my
yes
Diablo 2 and all my install discs and my extra install disc. So when my friends can come over, I can install Diablo 2 on their PC, and then I've got a little USB thumbstick with a couple of different no CD cracks. So okay, you can play that, install a no CD crack, and we can play multiplayer Diablo.
Of course, Chase asked thoughts on Crytek. My thoughts on Crytek is, like, I'm a guy who basically is humble, but at the same time, I can, if I actual paint on something I have not used yet, then it's going to be more or less kind of blinded by my pure hatred for corporate greed. But Dice, on the other hand, has a Crytek, so I'll let him take over on that.
Crytek is a solid platform for the money that you pay for. Of course, some of the things there, like for example, some of the things in the gearbox are slightly different when you're installing certain types of MOSFETs, but otherwise, it is a very solid platform straight out of the box. Basically, there's many different competitions between Crytek and VFC as to which one's a better upgrade platform. In terms of my personal opinion between the two, as I've owned both, VFC is the better upgrade platform because a lot more of the parts on the market are better suited to fit into a VFC without any kind of modification to either the parts or to the gun itself. Straight out of the box, though, a Crytek statistically performs better and also comes with a MOSFET. So basically it depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for something that performs right out of the box and has a MOSFET in it? They basically won't do anything to you until it breaks. Or are you looking to trick out your gun and pimp it right out to the max and you don't want to worry about parts compatibility or any kind of fitments of that, then go with the VFC. That's basically straight up easiest way I can put that. And Chase Whitaker asked, thoughts on Lancer Tactical? See, there's a couple of different companies in Airsoft that I really, really do not like. Be it because of them having very low quality products or them having really shady market practices. And those two product companies are basically, if you want a budget bill, yeah, it has quite a few options available, but a lot of them are unsearchable. They basically just guns. So you want to get, say, good.
I agree, Paladin. I also love the smell of nuclear fusion in the morning. Yeah, the lag is real for Dice because he has a crappy and I think he may have froze on his end. I'm not sure. Those things. But yeah. Dice, you there? And I think it just straight up froze, guys. I'm not fix the problem. Either way, though, maybe it'll fix itself. I don't know. Anyway, please do not forget to actually subscribe to Dice Airsoft's channel. He has a lot of cool videos. He's a little bit more basic than yours truly, but that's just how it is. Also, please don't forget to check out my channel, which is Airsoft Al on YouTube. Either way, though, hopefully it'll fix. Hopefully he'll fix himself. I hope. Anyway, but yeah, guys, if you got any questions, shoot them off in the chat. I am looking at the chat right now. So if you want me to answer any questions, please do ask them. I will answer them, and then of course Dice will probably answer them. We don't know, or I don't know. Dice left the group call, I'm afraid. So, yeah. I'm afraid I'm the only one here, apparently.